You hear the expression, God, I wonder what these streets would say if they could talk. Sarasota Street Talk is making the streets talk, and we're recording what they're saying. So that, to me, that is what Sarasota Street Talk is all about.
Sarasota Street Talk is to introduce people of the surroundings.
We're literally right now, we're downtown Sarasota, and we hear people all around us telling different stories. Those are the streets talking.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Doing well, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Good.
So we're here at the Bazaar at Apricot and Lime during Came Living Goods' usual Saturday extravaganza.
Right.
But this time we have non-for-profit vendors here. Quite a few, right?
Yes. Yeah, about 10 of them.
About 10, yeah. All in one place, all doing different things. I think
We're learning a lot.
I'm learning so much.
Right?
Yeah, they come. We get the pleasure of meeting each one, and speaking with them and finding out what they do and contacting them. And we have a guest here.
Yes.
So if you don't mind, please introduce yourself and let us know what you do, and we're just gonna have a chit chat here and have fun.
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me in today. It's been great. It's a beautiful weather.
Yeah.
I'm Katie Becker. I'm with an organization called Parenting Matters. Because parenting matters, and sometimes
Absolutely.
It does.
it's really hard. And
It is really hard.
Yeah.
It's one of
Talking
those
to two
things.
parents.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know firsthand. Well, I'm sure raising your kids, you knew everything, right? All the
Oh
time.
yeah.
Oh,
Up
Had
until
all the
No,
answers.
they knew everything. The
well,
kids.
and I thought I knew everything up until I realized I didn't know everything or anything.
And that's the case, right? Most of the time. So what we do is we help provide professional educators that can come into the home and to be a sounding board, to be a guide, to help provide some of that real positive influence for a family so you can have your unique challenges addressed and you can help create a really positive, nurturing home for your family.
So as a non-for-profit, you give this services for free to families?
That's correct. All our
Awesome.
services are free. We're really fortunate to have the support of our community. A lot of our local foundations and county government support our work. So all of our services are free. We come into the home about an hour a week for an average of 24 weeks. So it's not just an in and out. It's a real commitment to that change. We don't leave you high and dry. We're with you for the long haul because we want to make sure that whatever behaviors that are going on, that we can create that lasting change, not just for now, but for the future generations.
So if somebody comes up to you with like a family, a situation, like we're having this situation in the home, not quite sure where to turn. Could you come help us? And is that kind of how that works then? And
Absolutely. It can be a situation that, is something you haven't addressed before. It could be going through a separation. You might have a child that you suspect might need some extra support. Or you could just be going through the regular question day to day, getting out of the house without a
Day-to-day
tantrum.
with 4 kids
born
within 5 years.
Exactly. How to make it all work.
yeah, I know about that, Scott.
Yeah, so we
That's
help.
aimed at me.
We help from
No, that's
all
sweet.
the big
Oh,
stuff
you too?
down to the little stuff, and help to create some of that organization and structure that some folks just need a little guidance and a friend and somebody to talk to about.
Yeah. So how would one contact you to reach out? And how is there a form, or do they reach out directly to you with what the issue is, or is it like a discreet phone call
It's
or
a
email?
phone call. It's an email. You can find all of that information on our website. It's parentingmattersfl.org. And you can just click through that, send an email to our info email, or you can give us a call and talk to our program coordinator. All of our services are confidential, so you don't have to worry about reaching out with a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have bilingual parenting educators in Spanish and in English. So if there's, a preferred language, then we can help you in that way too.
So how long have you guys been in existence?
29
Wow.
years. I know.
I could definitely have used them.
We're getting
Yeah.
up.
Why didn't I
My kids
hear
are all in their
before?
early 30s, all my kids. So yeah, it'd
Can I
be
use you
perfect.
now?
Yeah.
My kids are 30 and 34. Can I use you now?
Call
'Cause
us
I'm still
when
having-
there's grandkids.
Well, I have those two.
Well, we got those too.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
no, they're up north.
So
So do you have a territory that you guys basically cover?
We support,
Florida, or-
we support Sarasota and Manatee County. We are actually founded from the Exchange Clubs, which is a service organization similar to Kiwanis or Rotiran. But that is really how our organization came to be. We have an accredited program which we provide in homes. So even though there's not a Parenting Matters across the Florida landmark or the nation, there are other organizations that do a similar program.
Right.
So if you're interested in that and you don't live in the area, just Google your local exchange clubs.
So how many people are in the organization now, as far as who you help? Like how many families or help? I mean, or does it come like they come and go?
How many families are you serving like at a one time over?
Annually, it's about 250 families annually in that particular program. We do have other programs too. Yeah, so we do our in-home program is really our keystone program, but we also have an early learning program called Musical Motion. And that's the fun one. So when you go to Musical Motion, it's an hour-long free class meant to help little ones prepare for school. So if they're not in a structured learning environment like a VPK or daycare, they can come to Musical Motion with their caregiver and have a really good time, but also work on all of their developmental milestones. So when they get into kindergarten, they're prepared and they're ready to make that transition without any really big hiccups. So in that program, we serve about 600 children every year.
Wow.
So
you must have a big staff of people.
We have about 20 staff, so we're small
still
but mighty.
I was going to say, that's a lot of work for 20 people.
Yeah.
That's
So what range of situations or issues do you deal with, and what I guess kind of falls into just general parenting concerns, right? Is that kind of, or just nothing? If anything has to, like another professional has to be called in. I'm talking about like a divorce situation or like mental issue. Then do you kick in a certain amount for that, or do you recommend they go elsewhere for parts of that?
Balance
you know what I'm saying?
We balance
Scott,
it depending on the
correctly?
circumstance. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Because there are circumstances that happen that are kind of that need extra support outside of what we can offer. So we refer to many, many different nonprofits around the community. We also partner with several mental health organizations that we have an agreement with that can, really provide that immediate support for our families that have enrolled, so we can address some of those mental health issues on the onset, so that they can then move more quickly into their parenting education.
So Scott, I see you about jumped with a question.
No. Well,
I caught you out of my peripheral.
It's a comment. It's like, it's so cool that they do this for families who don't know where else to go, or don't have the money or the insurance to get a psychologist or a psychiatrist or all these other professionals that cost a lot of money. So I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and it occurred to me as well that while you were talking, and as we're talking to different people here too, you start to see the crossing of services. So do you work with other nonprofits to say, hey, look, we're going to help them in this situation, but you know what? They're on the brink of homelessness. That's probably part of the reason why they're having their family situations. And you reach out to this organization that deals with homeless. Like, do you ever find any of that happening at all? Or no?
100% of the time, often.
Oh,
so
awesome.
we, as I mentioned, our typical length of service is about 24 weeks. I would say the first 3 to 4 weeks, what we're doing is more case management, and then moving into the parenting education, because you cannot think about parenting when your lights are going to get cut off, or there's not enough food on the table, or your kids don't have clean clothes for school, because those are priority, and those are causing stress within the family, which are contributing to adverse parenting techniques. So those are primary in what we address, and we work with many different organizations to provide those referrals. Sometimes it's even picking up the phone and calling them, going to that particular organization along with them, walking with them through that journey, so that they're not just led on a scavenger hunt, but really helping to connect them in a way that's going to be most productive, so that they can move forward with our services.
So I'm sorry, go ahead. I had a question.
Again, I don't want to forget. I got to jump in there.
No, do it.
I'm a little older.
Scott, stop it.
No, so that we don't get at the end of this episode and then bye, and we forgot to ask, how do they get a hold of you? How do they get a hold of the organization?
I would have forgot that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because we're getting older in our years.
Yeah, so,
Absolutely.
Give us all that information before we forget.
So the best way to get a hold of us is really just to go to our website, see what we have to offer, and then give us a call. That website is parentingmattersfl.org, and you can see what we have to offer and see what's right for you and your family.
Okay. Very cool. God, it just escaped my head. My question.
Sorry.
I'm so good. I'm just blowing you guys away.
No, yeah. Well, a lot of it, like, so what's happening? I'm having a lot of questions.
Well,
As
we're
you're
listening.
speaking,
That's it.
you're answering them. Like, so it's like, all right, well, she just got that one. You just covered that one. Oh, okay, I do remember. Okay, so Alzheimer's not yet.
No. Sometimes.
So, you go through the period of time. You said that the general amount of time was about 24 weeks that you're with a family. So then after that happens, I guess it's deemed that, okay, through all parties and the professionals and whatnot, it looks like your situation's been handled, or you feel like you're okay, you've gotten enough. Yes, we feel we're good. Thank you. Is there then like a backup, like after a few more weeks or a month or something, just to check in and be like, yeah, just checking to see how you guys are doing?
We typically don't follow up, but we leave it as, if you ever need us, please don't hesitate to call us again.
Okay.
Because
that makes sense.
honestly, with the 20-person staff, it's hard to provide that kind of ongoing follow-up. Just as we're serving new clients, but what I say is children don't stop changing, right? They don't stop growing, and the challenges are amorphous, and often you might get your hands on one and then something else happens, because that's life, right? So if there are life changes, or as a child develops, there's other concerns that come up, please don't hesitate to call us back. We wouldn't think twice about re-enrolling a family in our services again.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Hey, thank you.
No, it's a great service.
It's a great
we've
and I'm
met
learning
so many great people
much
today. This has been awesome.
about across all the people that we've been able to talk to, even with and each one's different. Like for some reason, I thought there'd be a couple that kind of overlap, like the same, but each one is a different service. Like I'm so excited to get these podcasts up.
Yeah.
Because then people can really use like all the services here, like whether it be for like, the homelessness or a wellness coach, or finding out about family issues and help and support there, or the food, Meals on Wheels,
right,
or
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. It's great. Fantastic.
Well,
we have a great community here.
Yeah, we
we're
do.
Just glad to be here and share with everyone what we're doing.
Excellent.
Thank you. We love Sarasota.
Yeah, we love Sarasota. And also, too, if you don't mind, I don't know if you're part of the I Love Downtown Sarasota Facebook group.
I will be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's Mark's baby.
Yeah, that's
his child.
That's my baby child.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, though, if you'd like to go and join that, and if you have any posts or any events or things you want to push out or anything, please post it on there, and I'll obviously approve it. And we have a pretty good following of great people, and it might help. And a lot of them are local, and that should help you quite a bit, hopefully. So
wonderful.
Please.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Katie.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
Awesome. All right.
Right.
Very cool.
That was awesome.
See, learning new stuff. Every single person that comes in, we learn something new.
Right.
Every different organization. And we're also going to have all this up. Well, obviously, we ask how to contact them on the actual podcast.
Yeah.
But then somewhere else, I think we should have like a list somewhere of like who we spoke to and just different contact information as well. Because we know a lot of cool people here.
Right.
A lot of good information. So,
all right.
All right.
Yeah, take those. That's who we are, I guess. We haven't been pushing our business cards out to people today like we sometimes do. But
but you know what?
I don't want to.
I started to want to do that, but for some reason, it just seemed stupid.
No, I know.
Because
we're
it's not
at
about
a
us.
non-for-profit,
It's not
right?
about us.
No. So,
about,
all right.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a few.
All right. You go grab somebody else.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Get down there.
Peace out.